Assalamu alaikum. Through the vivid depiction of valiant war horses attacking in a battle scene, Surah al Adiyat, chapter 100 of the Sublime Qur'an, makes very elaborate successive oaths at its outset. Then, in contrast to the picture of those war horses which sacrifice themselves for the sake of and in obedience to their human masters, the subject of the initial multiple oaths comes to make a sharp statement that man, in his wild devotion for worldly gains and advantage, is ever ungrateful and undutiful to his Lord, Creator and Nurturer, in bold contrast with the war horses at the surah's outset. And ensuing from this statement, the surah ultimately gives man a cautioning reminder of the fact that he shall be resurrected to be strictly judged by his omniscient Lord and Master. By those running with deep, growly breaths, and those thus striking sparks, and those thus launching raid in the morning, and those thus stirring up dust in their raid, and those thus getting in their raid to the very centre of the crowd, man is truly most ungrateful to his Lord. And he is certainly fully aware of that and is indeed a testifier to that, while his Lord is without a doubt all witnessing of that. Moreover, he is so ardent in his desire for wealth, and due to his devotion to advantage, is so close-fisted and gluttonous. But does he not know when what is in graves is dug out and what is in breast is collected and revealed? Indeed, their Lord is all conversant with them on that day. A few remarks need to be made on this sub-basic rendering of the surah. First of all, as is stylistically typical in Arabic rhetoric, when giving maximum emphasis to some issue or statement, the surah binds the grave declaration that it makes about man's ingratitude to a solemn vow, to oaths. In fact, it begins straight away with 5 divine oaths in a row. It is worth mentioning here what I always remind of, that reading the rendering of the surah at this sub-basic level is never sufficient. It has to be read on at least the basic level, which will come next after this one. This is the minimum to say, at least with regard to the word by at the beginning, which is unclear in English, unless it is related to the oath, the subject and the verb of making an oath before the preposition by, which is unclear in meaning, if it is taken bare. Next, the word thus in the translation is repeated in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th ayahs. فالموريات قدحا فالمغيرات صبحا فأثرن به نقعا فوسطن به جمعا. That's because the initial conjunction fa in these ayahs expresses result and or immediate succession. So it's either a result, what comes after fa is either a result of what was before, or it is an immediate succession. Another remark that needs to be made is that words written distinctively in thin black italics, such as in their raid, signify a nominal that substitutes the pronoun within the Quranic text. فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا. So instead of the pronoun here, bihi, the ha, he, فَأَثَرْنَ بِهِ نَقْعًا فَوَسَطْنَ بِهِ جَمْعًا. So I have replaced this pronoun with the noun that clarifies what the pronoun stands for in their raid. Interestingly, the subject to the 5 oaths at the surah's outset, every oath has got a subject. You swear about something. So the subject for all the 5 oaths, which is the statement, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لِرَبِّهِ لَكَنُودٌ, man is truly most ungrateful to his Lord, is emphasized by the 5 oaths preceding this statement, as well as by the initial emphatic tool in this statement, inna, the initial emphatic tool, inna, and the medial emphatic tool, la. Notice, innal insana li rabbihi la kanud. Both are emphatic tools. So you have 5 oaths for emphasis of this statement. And then the statement comes as a subject to the 5 oaths. And the statement begins with inna, and then there is a la. 2 additional emphatic tools. Hence is the insertion of truly and most ungrateful in my translation. And it is very significant to notice the same 2 emphatic tools found elsewhere later on within the surah, adding similar stress on the meaning of the next statement, for example. وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَا شَهِيدٌ. Inna and la. And he is certainly fully aware of that and is indeed a testifier to that, while his Lord is without a doubt all witnessing of that. وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَا شَهِيدٌ. Notice the orange markers of parallel denotation here within this same sentence, which is وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ, show that the singular male pronoun وَإِنَّهُ, who means he, it is the subject of the sentence. وَإِنَّهُ, this pronoun may refer to man, and it may refer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thus resulting in different denotative meanings at the same time. And he, meaning man, is certainly fully aware of that. وَإِنَّهُ, man, عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ, and is indeed a testifier to that, man himself, while his Lord, that is Allah, وَإِنَّهُ, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is without a doubt all witnessing of that. And the next ayah tells more about man, again by using the same pair of emphatic tools, the initial inna and the medial la. وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَا شَدِيدٌ. وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَا شَدِيدٌ. He is so ardent in his desire for wealth, and due to his devotion to advantage, is so close-fisted and gluttonous. Man is here given multiple descriptions by means of the parallel explicit meanings of the preposition li, which means both for and because of. وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ. Man is given multiple descriptions by means of this parallel explicit meanings of the preposition li. Li, which means both for and because of, and also by means of the parallel explicit meanings of the adjective shadid, which means ardent, stingy, and greedy. And the result is that man is so ardent in his desire for wealth, and due to his devotion to advantage, is so close-fisted and gluttonous. And there does the word but emerge at the start of the following ayah to mark the surah's climactic turning point. أَفَلَا يَعْلَمُ. But does he not know? أَفَلَا فَ. But does he not know when what is in graves is dug out and what is in breasts is collected and revealed? Obviously, both the words collected and revealed stand parallelly as explicit meanings of the word حُصِّلَ, as the orange marker shows. And with this shift of scene from horses and then man's worldly race to the resurrection, the surah ends with a categorical warning, again emphasized by the same pair of emphatic tools, the initial inna and the medial la. Inna rabbahum bihim yawma'idhin lakhabir. Indeed, their Lord is all conversant with them on that day. The first letter of the surah, wa, that is called Wawul Qasam, is a tool that denotatively and unmistakably implies an oath. The unidentified speaker who makes the oaths here and everywhere else in the Qur'an is naturally understood to be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making a statement of maximum solemnity and urgency. So by those running is naturally understood as I swear by those war horses running fast and hard. War horses. But why war horses? You see, the feminine plural noun, al Adiyat, meaning those in the act of running, intuitively suggests horses. This plural noun, feminine plural noun, intuitively in classical Arabic suggests horses, al-khayl. And this suggestion is further validated by the sound that these creatures make as they run fast and hard, the sound of dabha, of breathing with deep, growly breaths as they run. Then here's another oath after the first one. After I swear by those war horses running fast and hard, here follows another oath and then another. I swear by those when thus striking sparks with their hooves. It is a nightly picture, you see. And I swear by those when they thus advance towards enemies, charging headlong at them and launching raid against them in the very early hours of the morning. Because morning raids were known in the past to have been conducted actually at dawn. And I swear by those creatures when thus stirring up clouds of dust in their raid. And I swear by those when thus tearing through the enemy lines and getting together in their raid to the very center of the enemy's crowd. Notice how through these successive oaths, the surah draws a detailed, living picture of these war horses in their nightly powerful onrush, and then of them at dawn attacking the enemies, who are ironically not their own enemies, and then in their engagement in actual battle. And here comes the subject of all 5 divine oaths. I swear by those creatures of mine that man is truly most ungrateful to me, with special highlight of Allah's being man's Rabb. So, most ungrateful to me, that is, his Lord, Creator, benevolent nurturer and sovereign owner. And he is certainly fully aware of that, and is indeed always being a testifier to that, always being so, because the sentence وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ. Shaheed is a nominal phrase. It's a nominal phrase. وَإِنَّهُ لَشَهِيدٌ. It has nominal meaning. It's not based on a central verb. It's not وَإِنَّهُ يَشْهَدُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ. وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ. It's a nominal phrase without a verb, suggesting stability and continuity, fixedness, if you like. And the same applies to constantly in the parallel rendering of the same phrase about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when the sentence taken to be referring to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَإِنَّهُ عَلَى ذَلِكَ لَشَهِيدٌ, while his Lord is without a doubt constantly all witnessing of all that. Moreover, he is لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. So ardent in his desire for wealth, and due to his devotion to continued advantage and material gain, continued advantage, once again because of the sentence being a nominal phrase, وَإِنَّهُ لِحُبِّ الْخَيْرِ لَشَدِيدٌ. No verb in it. So it shows fixedness and stability. So he's, due to his devotion, we said, to continued advantage and material gain, he is so close-fisted and so gluttonous. But does he not know what will be when what is buried in graves is dug out, and when what is buried in the hearts that lie within people's breasts is all collected and revealed? Typically, reference to people's chest in the Qur'an. Chests in the Qur'an refers to their hearts, with the heart being perceived as the center for man's beliefs, doubts, desires, emotions, intentions, self-whispers and secrets. Indeed, their Lord, Creator, Nurturer and Sovereign Owner is all conversed with each and every one of them on that day. To man's dismay, it is the same Lord towards whom man has earlier been impiously insolent. I, Allah, the one and only Lord, Creator and Nurturer of the heavens and the earth and all that is amidst or beyond them, swear by those noble war horses running fast and hard, breathing with deep, growly breaths as they run to battle through the profound silence of the night. And I swear by those, when they thus fervently exert themselves, striking sparks with their speedy, sturdy hooves as they hit rock in the profound darkness of the night. I swear by those when they thus advance towards enemies of their riders, charging headlong at them and launching raid against them in the very early hours of the morning. And I swear by those noble creatures, when thus stirring up clouds of dust in their raid, while receiving bangs, stabs, shots and hits without complaint. And I swear by those when thus tearing through the enemy lines and getting together in their fearless raid to the very centre of the enemy's crowd, so as to have those knocked down with might and main, without any of this savagery being in the nature of horses or in their personal interest. I swear by those dignified creatures of mine, which overcome their feelings of exhaustion, fear, pain and danger, and their lack of personal interest in challenge, hate or assault, only for the sake of pleasing their lords, in gratitude to those lords who breed them and take care of them. I bear witness with all these oaths that man without genuine faith is truly most ungrateful to me, his Lord, Creator, benevolent nurturer and sovereign owner. And yet, with his fitrah, the natural disposition of innate virtuousness ingrained in him, still urging him intuitively to submit to me as the one and only Lord and Deity, he is certainly fully aware within himself of that ungodly attitude of his. And whether defiantly or inadvertently, he is indeed always being a testifier with his words and his actions to that ungrateful and undutiful attitude towards his Lord, Creator and benevolent nurturer, while his Lord is without a doubt constantly all witnessing of all that man does, utters, feels, thinks, believes and intends. Moreover, because of man's distrust or denial of the afterlife, his real life, that is the all-wise reason behind his very existence, he is so ardent in his desire for wealth, ready to take risks, to do others injustice and to make extravagant sacrifices. And due to his devotion to continued worldly advantage and material gain, he's so close-fisted when it comes to sacrificing effort, time or means in his Lord's cause, and is so gluttonous with his selfish and insatiable craving for more and more. But what does man expect after this transient and insignificant life of his is over? Does he not know what will soon be on the day when what is buried of corpses in graves is with one divine command dug out, sending people back to life for the judgment? And when what is buried in the hearts that lie within people's breasts of beliefs, doubts, desires, emotions, intentions, self-whispers and secrets that they ever had is all collected for judgment and is revealed before everyone to see. Indeed, their omniscient Lord, Creator, Nurturer and Sovereign Owner, who is the sole judge then, is all conversant with what each and every one of them will deservedly get on that most horrendous, never-ending day.